Noah and his people, right? So that's the reality. That no matter how powerful kingdom thinks it is, that Allah already showed you how he can deal with them. So now, yes, Surah 69, I'm looking in the Arabic. That would be page 566. 566. Okay. I must have my note on the wrong page. 560. Here it is right here. Al-Haq, page 566 in this here. Now here in Surah Haq, as we just mentioned, Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Al-Haq. Al-Haq, the reality, the truth. The clock is a little fast. I have to break for this again. Mal-Haq. God. And what is Al-Haq? What is the reality? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحَقُّ God. And what will explain to you what the reality is. And then it talks about the Thamud, etc., what I've said. But before we close the first part of the khutbah, we want to go to ayat 38 and 39, and we'll close the first part. So we're talking Haq and Vision 2020. Dear believers, take note. Allah says in ayat 38, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allah says, فَلَا أُقْسِمُوا بِمَا تُبْصِرُونَ. I swear by what you see. By what you see in this world, right? We see the coronavirus. We see each other. We see reality. We see things, right? We see all this going on without this. We see, Allah say, I swear to you by what I've allowed you to see. But now, we talk about an unseen reality, what we don't see. Look what Allah says in ayat 39. Allah says, وَمَا لَا تُبْصِرُونَ. La, no, right? And by what you don't see. Only Quran can do that. I swear by what I allow you to see. You see death, destruction. You see this coronavirus and everything else. I swear to you by what I allow you to see and by the unseen. La tubsiruna. And what you don't see. There's two realities. What you see and what you don't see. Now, we don't see this virus. We don't see the air. But we see what it does, right? The destruction and all of that, right? So Allah said to you, I swear to you by what you see and what you don't see. Well, what about that? Allah says, إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلٌ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٌ. That this Quran are the words of an honorable messenger. What does that say to us? Stay in the book. So no matter what destruction, bad, good you see, and what you don't see that's affecting us, go to Quran, because the bottom line, Allah says, إِنَّهُ لَقَوْلُ رَسُولٍ كَرِيمٌ. This are the words of a given to an honorable messenger. It's not the word of a poet or a soothsayer. Allah says, تَنزِلُ مِنْ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. But it is sent down from the Lord of all the worlds. رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulihi kareem Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So dear believers, we're going to close keeping in mind our reality. Couldn't get it better than that from Quran. In this surah Haq, let you know, I swear by the reality of what you see. Ain't no question what you see going on. And by what you don't see. So we see in this pandemic what it's doing. But we also know we can't see it, right? It's an unseen reality. Just like we mentioned last week, we see the water come down. but we don't see it go up. Water is going up right now to the sky. So I say, I swear by what you see. It was raining today. It's raining the flood. All that water coming down by what you see for the plant, the life, the flood. But also what you don't see. You don't see that water go up. We don't see that. Say, but by both realities, this Quran, what I've given you, stay in there, are the words of an honor given to an honorable messenger. It's not poet. It's not magical magician. It is sent down from who? El-Amin. So, dear believers, with that, we close praying that everyone will be safe and that Allah will guide us and protect us and console us and our families and our loved ones and others. So, dear believers, no better surah we close with than Surah Duha, right? Which consoled Muhammad the Prophet ﷺ. In the midst of all of this, we've lost loved ones, we see this, all of that that's going on. Cancer, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month for women who have breast cancer. October, I'm at cancer, all of that, all this going on. Well, it's the loss of your job, your family, whatever. Allah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wadduha. By the glorious morning light, brother. When you wake up in duha time, you see that, right? Walayli idha sajja. And by the night, when it is just sitting still, the peace of the night, or in your struggle when it seems like it's going to be dark forever. Man, when the your Lord has not forsaken you, nor is you displeased. Whatever you're going through, loss of your job, your wife, your family, whatever, remember this. By the night, the morning, the night, the day, that Allah is, it doesn't mean He displeased with you. No, it doesn't mean that He has left you. He said, Allah says, man, when that He's displeased, Allah will test. Allah say to us, you think you're going to enter Jannah without being tested like those before you. So it doesn't mean He's displeased. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He says, well, akiratu khayrun laka min al-ula. That your future will be better than your present. Do what you can now, but have a positive look that the next day or the next day or the next day is going to be better than where you are now. And Allah says, and soon your Rabb will give you that which will please you, brothers and sisters. In the midst of all of this, have faith, have trust. We go over that. Allah will give you soon. You got a good heart. You're a true believer. You're striving. Allah will take care of you. And Allah says this. Go back to where you came from. El-Amin. Did not I find you, Muhammad s.69, and often and give you shelter? Didn't I find you not knowing where you was going to be at, brother? You sleeping on the roof for Islam. You this, you sleeping in the people's basement because you became a Muslim. You don't know. Allah said, didn't I find you an orphan without leadership, this, that, and the other? I don't know what's going on, and give you shelter. Remember where you came from. When you're going through something now, look back, because you can find something good that Allah did for you. Even though he's talking to Muhammad, the prophets for all of us. And then Allah says, well, didn't I find you of the darling? Didn't I find you astray and guide you to Al-Islam? Didn't I find you strand and give you guidance as you asked for in Fatiha? Guide us on the straight path. And He said when He wants to guide you, He filled your chest. Expanded with Al-Islam. So Allah says, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Didn't I find you dependent and make you independent? Didn't I give you something to move about on your own? Even if you don't look at nothing but your own development as a baby. When you was dependent upon your mother.